Hey there. So today when I first saw this image, I thought, wow, I wonder what model Terminator this is, because you know what? It successfully killed my dreams. That's right. This picture, it pretty much speaks volumes on where the Terminator franchise is going. And after the last movie and then seeing this, I have no hope whatsoever. I mean, when I saw this, the first question that I was pondering outside of is this a gaffe was exactly who is this in the middle? Is this a guy or is this a girl? Is this the Wokenator that we've basically turned into? You know, are we going to basically be able to turn this into a drink? And does it consist of a lot of soy? When you're looking at that, it does look like a girl's day out. You know, it looks like a fun dystopian future, you know, where you're going to get out and the girls are going to make everything A-OK. Assuming, of course, this isn't John Connor, you know, that's back in, not looking buff because, hey, you know, why would we want that? Also, I mean, when you're looking at Sarah Connor within this, I mean, does she look like she's actually going to throw down anymore? Or do you think she might be inhibited a little bit by needing to take a few steps, breathe in a few times, you know, use her walker to catch her pace, and then throw down a little bit more? And this girl, I don't know what happened after the 70s show, but I don't think she's a good actress anymore. Now, looking at this picture, when we harken back to the quintessential nightmare that Arnold Schwarzenegger was, you know, when we think about the 1980s nostalgia that movie dripped, now that was a movie. You have a soulless mechanism that comes in and that cannot be stopped. Arnold Schwarzenegger was great to watch in that movie because he barely spoke English. You know, when you would listen to him speak, you know, he barely spoke, period. But when he did, with that again, Sarah Connor, he seemed like he was from another world. He seemed like he could be devoid of emotion. He seemed like he could kill at whim. He was the perfect casting for that movie. I mean, when you look at this, too, and you think back to the movie, you know where the clothing came from. He took it from someone. You know where the guns came from. He took them from someone. That machine went through, and like a nightmare, he went and he killed and he killed and he killed. Now, within that, they promised us a dystopian future. You know, that nightmare world where HKs, they roamed the skies, and where you had giant mechanism going in and crushing skulls and grinding dreams to ash. Who knew that that was actually talking about what was going to come in the future? And it wasn't actually a realistic interpretation. It was actually symbolism for giving me the headache of looking at this picture and grinding my dreams to ash. So like I say, looking at this here, I mean, why exactly are we going with the shotgun again? We have the Secret Service special, you know, where you saw it off just enough here. And, you know, in the last movie, something that really bothered me, when you had that opening montage, you would see people with shotguns stopping Terminators. And now, where did we go wrong within the franchise where you can start doing that? I mean, even up to Salvation, you could not stop Terminators easily. So what the hell happened? I mean, when did that pretty much become criteria for a buddy flick like we're seeing here? Because that's what this looks like. Again, it looks like a girl's day out in a dystopian nightmare. But yeah, these sisters, they're going to change everything. And spoiler warning, this is indeed a female here. I know you were questioning that because I was too. I kept wondering whether or not that was actually a female in it. And if it was, why exactly do they look like that? I mean, am I supposed to see them? And am I supposed to question whether or not that's John? Or maybe that's a new iteration of Kyle. I mean, who knows? Maybe that's the kind of story we're going with. And why the hell are they carrying rebar? I mean, out of everything, why not borrow, I don't know, the rocket launcher from Linda Hamilton? I mean, do you think you're going to have a better time building something around them? You're going to stick enough in the ground while they're confused, trying to figure out who the hell you are? Maybe you can stop them that way. Exactly what's going on there. And what's up with all the weird lines, too? I mean, you see this weird line here. You see the lines here and you could see them here and around. I'm not sure exactly what's going on with that. If those are just very, very extended veins, I hope not, because it looks like, well, you know, when you got on the junk, I didn't know it would mess you up that badly. But I don't know what the heck's up with this cross grid here. I mean, it looks like one of those things that you would get when you steal something from Shutterstock. You know, I'm sure you've seen those images that have a watermark on them. It looks like this person's been watermarked, saying do not use. And I agree. Let's take them back. I mean, when you cut off the hair, like this lady, she has a huge neck. Like I said, I thought that was Justin Bieber's, brother or something, because it's a taller iteration of him. But no. And like I said, it looks like a Mila Kunis or a Mila Kunis or whatever. It looks like her 70s show run. Gave up, and they thought, well, what would work out? Let's put her in a bowling shirt, and let's actually have her go out, and she'll save the world. She'll fight Terminators. And then looking around here, too, I mean, what the heck is going on with this background? What a lazy-looking picture to give us our first look. Doesn't your first look, isn't it supposed to make you want to pick it up? Isn't it supposed to make you say, yeah, that's a Terminator, not, man, you go, girl, that's some awesome stuff. Snap and snap back. I mean, it looks like we're on a bridge here, I would say, from the barriers. And of course, you can see the poles through there. I'm not exactly sure if that's supposed to be a barrier or what's going on with that. We can see the hilly horizon, the smoke here, and the inlay. And the smoke actually looks kind of terrible within this picture. You can see a little bit of smoking here as well with debris, maybe a vehicle, I'm not really sure. That's actually shadow. I thought that was something else at first until I zoomed in enough. And then you can see this burning here. Now, I have other questions with the picture too. Like, she's carrying around a shotgun, right? Okay. And she's carrying around this giant setup, that's supposed to be something for her to carry ammo in. Now, hopefully she's running low, because all I see there are 3 shotgun shells. And I realize that you want to look cool and you want to prominently display things, but come on, 3 shotgun shells? What exactly is that going to do? And here, it looks like we have a pistol, and here we have 2 canisters of, well, who knows exactly what they're going to call them. They're probably some type of incendiary grenade, although it probably would be nothing more than a smoke bomb in real life. But I mean, looking at this, like I say, I see what they're trying to do. Oh, look, it's Sarah Connor. You remember her from 2? She was the ultimate badass. Well, look, she's back. Only now, of course, she needs the sunglasses because she can't go out with the medication that she's taking. It actually makes her go blind. And you can only get her out in the sun for 30-minute increments, but that's okay. The direct sunlight, well, that's why we have the smoke, to really keep it off of her body. Like I say, there are so many things wrong with this. But look, at least you got the ripped pants. And isn't that cool? Doesn't that really make you say, that person is down with the kids? Anyway, I wanted to show this off because, yes, indeed, this is real. This is going to be brought to you by Tim Miller, the director of Deadpool. I mean, does that make you feel any better? Do you think, oh man, hopefully this can be a better movie? Because like I said, when I look at this, I do not see anything within it. It does not make me feel any better. I actually had to look up Mackenzie Davis to see who this person was because, like I said, for real, I could not tell whether or not that was a guy or a female within it. I couldn't tell who exactly this was, and I couldn't figure out what kind of role we're having in there. But after looking that up, I still am confused. I'm confused again by the look. I'm confused by the feel of the movie and everything within it. All it makes me do is want to go back and watch this movie again. Because, my God, why would anybody want to watch this thing? In fact, I think the smoke and the fire really set it off because we're talking about a trash fire. And yeah, it looks like they've already started it blazing. I mean, you and I, we don't have to do anything except not show up. And let's be real, nobody was going to show up for this piece of garbage anyhow, not looking like that. But anyhow, let me know what you think about this. Are you feeling good about it after seeing that picture? Do you feel like, yeah, Umbrella, you're being actually actually really mean about this stuff. I mean, these ladies, you go, girl. This might actually be a good movie. You don't know. I mean, Ghostbusters, that turned out to be, well, I guess it didn't. Well, what about Oceans? I mean, you had a good reboot of it. Oh, no, I guess it didn't either. Well, you know, there has to be a good movie out there somewhere, right? That had that kind of reboot action where you get, like, again, a woke day out because all of that female power. That's what Terminator is about, right? That's what we need. That's what this poster reflects. That's what all of you want, right? So anyhow, tell me what you think about this poster. Tell me what you think this should be called. I mean, we need a reboot name, so we don't want to call it Terminator. What exactly should this poster be called? Anyhow, tell me what you think about this. I'm curious. Thank you.